Here we are, another edition of Trey's Garage. Gonna do some helmets today. I got them pretty bunched up here, but yeah, some cool ones here. Where do I start, man?
Maybe oldest to newest.
Oldest to newest? Or should I? I'm just gonna start bottom and then just kind of work my way over. Yeah. This one was like not over exciting. I had a crash when it broke the visor there, but this was my Canard Replica. This was probably one of my favorite ones. I did it for 11 through 16. I had a custom helmet, and that was sick. It was one of my favorite things about Fly. Shout out to my agent Bob Walker. He got that all sorted. Missed that. I wish we saw more of that, which is hard with like all of the Monster, Red Bull energy drinks, but man, it was really cool to have my own helmet and racing that thing. So this is kind of like the front side of it. Was the same thing. We had Ride Red. We were Muscle Milk forever. They always had the chin bar, and so whenever Honda lost the Muscle Milk deal, it was Ride Red, which I thought so iconic for Honda, the whole Ride Red thing. So this one too. This was another colorway of that, which I thought was sick. That was actually a Muscle Milk helmet too. I think this would have been 2014. The 2014 Outdoors. But that was like one of my favorite helmets. It was kind of cool. You could buy the helmet stock and it would come like this Fly logo, or it came with a sticker, and it was kind of like my logo with this little bison dude and some crosses that you could just throw on there. Because I wanted to be like, hey, if you like me, you can put the sticker on, but if not, still buy the helmet. This helmet right here, this was from 2010. I think that was a Millville helmet. That would have been like my second outdoor national win, but it was an absolute duel with Christophe Purcell. It was so hot that day. That's kind of like all I remember, that I was going into the second moto like, I can't do this, and it started raining and the weather dropped like probably 20 degrees, and I was like yeah, okay, we got this. Really cool. Like I love that whole kit. It was like I actually have the jersey for that. That was my championship jersey that they put together. But it was that same whole concept. It looked really, really sick. I think this might have been also, I might have worn that one moto at Millville. And then I think maybe at Unadilla or something. But it was just as Fox was releasing their 2011 kits. 2011 kits. It was summer 2010 for the year 2011. So it's always an exciting time as a pro, like when you get the new gear and the new stuff, and it's just really exciting because no one else really has it, and then you get to kind of showcase it. And if you work with cool brands like I've been able to with like Fox and Fly, they always do some cool thing to get things rolling. So a couple of these are just, I think, maybe practice helmets. I just had to keep them because they said Ride Red, which up to that point I didn't keep a ton of helmets. Actually, really bummed I didn't keep more stuff. I gave away so many jerseys, helmets, a lot of stuff. This is like 10, 15 years of racing, so I didn't really keep as much as I really wish I would have. But so there at the end, I started keeping more. Up here, that was actually that orange one right there. So this is my last replica helmet right here. That was my first one. It was, I think there was a blue one, a red one, and an orange one. So that was the orange one. I don't know exactly when I would have raced in that. Honda was, especially in that time, was not super into anything that was not red. You really needed to wear red or blue or black. There was only a certain amount of colors that they allowed to actually kind of race, and it had to be all pre-approved. And I don't think orange was one of those things that they just like loved, especially all orange like that they loved to do. And then next to that one was my OKC Thunder helmet. We were in not the finals, the playoffs that year. That would have been 13. I think we actually had a pretty rough go, but I just was like, dude, I gotta wear a Thunder helmet. So there was a painter, shades of gray, kind of did it up, and I actually crashed in practice and broke the mouthpiece out of the thing. So I actually didn't even get to wear it for the night show because I was an idiot and crashed in practice. Next to that one, that was Las Vegas 2010. Vegas was cool because it was always really cool gear combos. Kind of missed doing the finale in Vegas because it was not really, because I didn't love Vegas just because it was like always windy and hot, and track was never that great, especially if you're coming like down to a championship there. But it was something cool about it being in Vegas because there was always new gear, and like people would throw these crazy combos with like dice and poker cards, and it was just like fun. So that was Fox's thing they did that year, which I thought that actually the whole kit ended up being really sick. Next to that one, just a Red Bull helmet. Probably one of my worst years racing. 2017. That's the one that did me in. But man, you can't like not keep the Red Bull helmet. It just looks so good, man. Like I don't know what it is about that helmet, but it looks nice. Next to that one, that was my first ever custom painted helmet. If you grew up in the 90s and you didn't have a custom painted helmet, then just go home, man. Get out of here. I always wanted one. Pastrana always had that crazy swirl, and it was Pro Artworks, and I always begged my mom for that. And she's like, it's just way too expensive to like buy a helmet, send it somewhere and get it painted. So that year, our local series, the Oklahoma State Championship Series, gave away helmets for winning. And so I won, and I think I maybe won a couple, and so I got a couple helmets. She's like, okay, you can keep this one to ride in, and since we didn't have to buy a helmet, we'll send this one off to get painted. And yeah, my middle name is Griffin, and so it's a griffin on the back. But dude, the thing just screams 90s, man. You just look at it, and there's just nostalgia all over that thing. Old Kawasaki Team Green sticker. Just vibing hard. Next to that one, I think just another Muscle Milk helmet. I actually really liked that helmet. It was, I don't know, something about that look, especially there was like a gray gear set. It was cool. Another Red Bull helmet, and then next to that Red Bull helmet up there is my Motocross Nations 2010 helmet and goggle. Kind of a funny story about the goggle. The coloring came back and it like wasn't right, and so Beaker, who was working at Fox at the time, is now Chase Sexton's agent. He like just got a Sharpie and like colored it in with like red Sharpie. Looks kind of funky, but no one ever noticed. So it was sick though, man. That kit, and I've got the full kit framed upstairs, and it's like, dude, it was so sick. Then we won that year too, so made it even better. Look good and do good. That again, number the red Muscle Milk helmet up there. That was my first colorway that I ever had with Fly. Actually, really liked that helmet. It was kind of like nerve-wracking to go with Fly because at the time they were not one of the premier brands, and they came through in a big way as far as my signature helmet. And then from the next 3-4 years, the gear just like exploded and actually became what it is today, which is sick to be a part of that. So next to that one, man, I love this gear combo. There used to be a retro event through the Supercross, Motocross, that year, Washougal was, I don't even know if it was retro. It had been retro the years before, so Fox like planned the following year to do a retro kit. And it was some of the hottest gear that I've ever worn because it was all black and yellow, but it looked super clean. It was like that traditional, kind of panel blue, or I'm sorry, yellow sleeve, black kind of chest, back. It just looked nice, especially with we had boots and helmet and goggles. It looked really good, and it was a great day of racing for me. I think I qualified first or second and then won both motos. So probably one of my best days at Washougal. I want people to remember that day, not the 2 days that I broke my femur. That Red Bull helmet was actually really cool. It was kind of cool when before a lot of people were doing like whole helmets, you'd have more of this like chin bar. Like you look the Ride Red here, Geico there. It's like the chin bar was actually a valuable piece of the helmet rather than the whole helmet. So that was when I filled in for Andrew Short, who was hurt in 2010. I got the chin bar Red Bull helmet, which I felt like I was the man. So it was sick because the actual art on the helmet was cool that year, and the Red Bull was just made it look even sicker. So. Next to that, I think, man, I don't know. That was 2010 Outdoor Nationals. I have a lot of helmets from that time, but I don't remember exactly what race that was. But love that look. It was just, I don't know, just an awesome time in my career. Kind of that mid to tail end of 2010, 11. Yeah, that was a sweet point that I always think back of that time and. Wish I wouldn't have had the injury in 2012 because hopefully I could have carried that. But yeah, sweet time. The helmet next to that, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I might have won the Utah Outdoor National in that thing. I really like that helmet. Just that flow color was sweet. Something about that Muscle Milk, man. That Muscle Milk branding was like super cool. People look at that time, kind of is iconic. Same to me. Maybe we'll build up a Muscle Milk 450 here soon. Yeah, next to that, just another Red Bull helmet. I don't even know if that one's been worn, but I could not keep that thing. So there it is, just chilling. That's it, man. I don't really get cool helmets anymore. They're cool, but they're just not like very personal. It's just like, hey, I tested in this, or hey, I crashed in that one. It's pretty much all I got now. But yeah, thanks for coming to my garage, man. I don't know what else to say, but like, subscribe, do the notifications button, and mostly, do have a good day.